Tonight on the Beaver News, CY students have been singing and dancing on the intramural fields. And it was a great weekend for Beaver sports. We give you the recap and the highlights. All of that and more on tonight's episode of the Beaver News. Good evening and welcome to the Beaver News. I'm Anna Singer.
And I'm Kiana Hatch. We're glad you could join us. What would make OSU students join forces with U of O students? The answer is short and simple: a good cause. 40 pharmacy students from OSU were at the University of Oregon on Monday to help with a mass meningitis vaccination effort. Unfortunately, 4 U of O students were diagnosed with the disease over the last couple of months, and one student's result was fatal. The vaccination effort was organized in order to keep the thousands of remaining students safe.
The tables have turned this month when faculty had the chance to show students their artwork at an art exhibition. The Fairbanks Gallery is featuring 3 professors who are working to revitalize the photo program. So we sent Camelin Bovinet to paint us a picture.
The revived photo program here at OSU has an exhibition in Fairbanks Gallery featuring 3 artists, Lorenzo Tribergo, Carrie Scarbaca, and Julia Bradshaw. These 3 artists are actually professors in the program as well.
Well, first of all, the photo program I'm super excited about right now. With Julia Bradshaw and Carrie Scarbaca, I think we have some they're creating really exciting work, and I think the opportunity to learn from them is something I think students should take advantage of.
It's not every day we get to see the artistry of our professors and what they're passionate about. But right now, in Fairbanks Gallery, students have the opportunity to see what 3 OSU faculty members have been up to outside of the classroom.
So this series is called Transportraits, and it's a project that I worked on for about 5 years. And they're all portraits of transgender men that I photographed in front of landscape paintings that I created. I think part of creativity is kind of grappling with the issues maybe that are hard to talk about, right? That's where I think artists come in, is to talk about things that are maybe hard to talk about in general.
Carrie Scarbaca uses his body as a metaphor to represent tension and anxiety. He achieves this through photographing himself falling from an array of heights and locations.
I don't want to die, and I've already put myself in some pretty hairball situations, so I really try to emphasize safety over everything, and that's what takes the most time.
While Carrie does go out on a limb to achieve the perfect shot, he doesn't always succeed at capturing the right moment on the first try.
I went through the window again 4 times for the next 4 days, 4:30 in the afternoon, doing this over and over till I got enough images together, the right body, the right breaking glass in the right places. And where the right breaking glass didn't happen, I would even hang a couple of these things, like maybe this stick or whatever, from some monofilament wire from somewhere to kind of create a more sculptural look to things. So there's a lot more of my hand in this.
His incredible work is well known and appreciated internationally. There was, however, a bit of controversy over a photo where Carrie dangled from the sky outside of a Chicago building. Negative opinions arose, saying it was insensitive to 9/11 and the falling man, when this was never Carrie's intention at all. The situation was misconstrued at the time and caused a significant amount of grief.
They were canvassing my neighborhood with cameras, asking my neighbors why I was defaming the jumpers. They're possibly their friends, because the dust still had not settled fully, and so this is really tough. People looking for me with baseball bats, death threats, and a lot of misunderstanding.
While it's not always possible to please everyone, the few who find a sense of wonder in artistry can make it worthwhile.
And a young girl came up to the piece, and she asked her mother, said, "Mommy, why is he dancing in the sky?" And she was quick to say, no, honey, he's falling. And I stopped and I said, wait a second, I love that idea. I am dancing in the sky.
Julia created these sketchbook-inspired pieces to show students that they can still create something good from an old darkroom by using technique and material versus editors on Photoshop.
Creativity is kind of like risk-taking. I really feel that to be creative, you have to take risks. It's a very freeing thing. The more creative you are, the more playful you are, the more willing you are to be a little bit ridiculous or silly or try something new.
Students interested in entering the world of art and photography should take advantage of the resources available to them right here on campus.
And you're going to fail, and that's okay. But if you're putting in the effort and you're taking risks, you're going to succeed.
Being both a professor and an artist is a substantial time commitment. Lorenzo shared how he manages his work and his students.
I don't sleep ever. Basically, I think because I love both. I think one feeds the other. Like I'll look at art and get inspired by it, and then share it with my students and get inspired by what they say about it. And it's just really cyclical, and it's just an energy that goes back and forth. And I think being an educator is, totally informs my art practice. I love it.
If you're interested in stopping by, the exhibit will be open until March 10th. This is Cameline Bovinette with the Beaver News.
The search is over for the missing Corvallis Pita Pit owner. Chad Firschweiler, who disappeared more than a week ago, was found unharmed staying at a hotel in Lincoln City. Firschweiler had been traveling up and down the coast after leaving Corvallis on February 16th. The Corvallis Police Department was able to pinpoint Firschweiler's location last Thursday after tracing a device he had been using to check social media. Aaron Dean, the previous Pita Pit owner, plans to resume control of the restaurant and hopes to reopen the Corvallis Pita Pit in mid to late March.
When we come back, we show you why Middle Eastern students came together for a celebration in the MU. And with spring break coming up, what do students have planned? Find out when we return.
We tell the stories of the exceptional students and staff who attend the university, who work here, and who play here.
We have the Barometer, where you can write stories for them, become a journalist. We have Beaver News. We have all kinds of different shows for TV.
We're so willing to talk to anybody that is interested in becoming involved with student media. So if you're on the fence thinking, I don't know if I can do this, the answer is yes, you can. Get over here and talk to us.
Welcome back to the Beaver News. Omani is a small country in the Middle East, and though you may not know much about it, you don't have to travel across the world to see what it's all about. Here is Casey Goslin with some information about Omani Night 2015.
Omani Night celebrates the culture of Oman, held in the MU Ballroom.
It's one of those cultural events that we advise and help our students to do. It's one of those associations over here. We have around 26 associations around the states, and this is one of the associations, and they do these activities to show and exhibit Omani culture, music, tradition, clothing, and all of those items that creates that information for the culture. It's like a small touristic exhibition.
Oregon State is home to many international students, and Talal is in charge of the students from Oman.
I'm the cultural attaché. Our job is to be responsible for all of the students in Omani students in USA. We have around 3,000 Omani students over here, spread around 100 universities. Oregon is a very kind of like a famous destination for many of the students, especially in the area of engineering. So our office takes care of those students and manages their daily life, their scholarship, their tuition fees, and other areas such as insurance and tickets.
The event was filled with different dances and skits to educate the audience about the Omani culture.
So we made only two dances, called Harbiya dance, which is with sticks, and the other one will be showed after the food break, called Bara, from the southern part of Oman, and the other one from western. So we want to get as much diverse as possible from the dances and stuff like that.
It's been about a month since we were preparing for this event. I'm having a sketch in the event. It's called Oman 101, which is going to be kind of like a class where we're going to talk. I'm going to be like a TA in this class. I'm going to give a brief idea about 3 places from Oman.
It can be hard to learn about a country without traveling there, but students and faculty brought a piece of their culture over here to Oregon State.
Well, one of the things we like to promote is to promote our country. And many of the areas where people talk about the Middle East, talk about Asia, and they don't have information about it. So this type of exhibition is a place where you can create that sort of attraction or bring the information over here. Many of the Americans are traveling around. We try to bring Oman over here by bringing the culture. The Omani students not only come here and study, they would like to also experience their own culture over here and show and forecast their experience for the society over here. I'd like to thank the university and its officials for allowing this activity to happen and to bring all of the different students over here. Student life is about sharing, about culture and activities, and this is what it's all about. Thank you.
This has been Casey Goslin with Beaver News.
Spring break is almost here and everyone is excited for winter term to finally come to an end. We wanted to know what students have planned for the break, so we sent Rebecca Puppo to the quad to find out.
Spring break is just around the corner, so we asked students what their big plans are for the break ahead. So what are your plans for spring break?
Going to New Orleans with a couple friends from Oakland, California.
Just for fun?
Just for fun.
I am house sitting for my dad's friend.
Where are you doing that at?
Philomath.
I'll be going home and I'm going to work and make some money. I work in a coffee shop and spend time with my family and go to my brother's baseball tournament.
Don't really have any. Just going to kind of kick back, take it easy, spend some time with the family, just enjoy myself.
I'm going to go on a road trip to Cali. Just planned it this week though, so we'll see where we're going to go, but could be anywhere.
Do you guys have any spots that you want to stop at?
For sure Disneyland. I heard they have measles, so I really want to check that out. Santa Barbara, LA. I'm driving a Prius, so we could really go anywhere.
Oh gosh, probably watch a lot of Netflix. I mean really, that's probably about it.
I was planning to go to Seattle.
What are you going to do there?
Just for fun. And like shopping.
This spring break I'm graduating this term, so I'm looking to try and find a job somewhere.
Well, that's something to celebrate about.
Oh yeah, you know, been a long run, but hopefully I find something in the next few weeks.
My family's renting a beach house on Cannon Beach in Oregon. We're going to stay there for a weekend and do some cool beach activities.
I'm just staying home. I'm going to be nannying and just like hanging out with family.
What's your dream destination for spring break?
I would love to go to Hawaii for spring break. Probably be the best thing.
Ooh, Mexico?
Why is that?
I'd love to sit in the sun on a white sandy beach. It sounds amazing.
Mexico.
Why is that?
Well, it's really cheap. Like, drinks are cheap down there, and like the legal drinking age is a lot lower.
Probably somewhere in Florida, maybe Mexico. Would be pretty awesome.
I don't really have a dream destination because I'm going to Coachella already, so that's kind of like my spring break outing.
Well, I just went to San Francisco about a month ago and it was really awesome. So I'd like to go back there for spring break and really pick up the culture a little bit more.
Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yep.
How come?
Cause it's beautiful. It's warm. It's a perfect place. Probably Santa Barbara. Realistically.
So making dreams come true this spring break.
I am. That's what Disneyland is about, also making both dreams come true.
And
dream destination, I don't know, probably somewhere in Europe really. I like Europe. I'm not a big sun person, so.
Do you have any good spring break stories?
One time me and my friend went bungee jumping near the Grand Canyon, so that was pretty fun.
Not yet. Planning to make some though.
I went to Seattle last year with my mom, and we rode the big wheel in Seattle, and we stayed at the Edgewater. And that was really nice and fun.
Not really. Honestly, don't remember what I've done on them.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't think so. Nothing wild.
The last time I went to Coachella, I saw Kendall Jenner, so that was pretty cool.
Most spring breakers that we talked to are staying close to home this year, but they all dream of being somewhere tropical. This has been Madeline Lee with Beaver News.
We want to know what everyone will be up to during the break. Tweet us at Beaver News and let us know if you have any big plans. When we return, see why there have been students singing and dancing on the intramural fields this past few weeks. Also, we recap an eventful weekend in sports. We'll be right back.
Eddie Cardenas, Jason Love, Alex Vickery-Holland,
Laura Gordon, Lisa Rosenthal. We're here to answer any questions, escort students around.
We really just give them the sense of tradition. We help them register for classes.
A big part of being a START leader is showing students around OSU and helping them get a feel for what it's like when they're here at Oregon State.
We serve to help them make a more smooth and positive transition from high school life to college life and to everything involved with it.
There have been lots of students dancing around on the intramural fields recently, but they are not celebrating scoring a goal or running in a touchdown. These students are part of Greek Life's Sing. For more on that, here's Bonnie Nutting.
Beginning mid-February and continuing till May, if you're at Oregon State's IM Fields, you might not hear the typical sound of soccer balls, but rather the sound of voices singing. Ole University Sing is an annual sing and dance competition held during Moms Weekend at Oregon State University. There are 500-plus participants and 2,000-plus attendees at this event, which features members from 22 interfraternity and Panhellenic Council chapters. This year, 11 teams will be performing songs from musical films in the 79th annual Sing production. Among these films include Grease, Hairspray, Annie Got Your Gun, and The Sound of Music. I went to the IM Fields this past Tuesday night as Sing practices were being conducted to find out what participants like best about this event.
My favorite part is bonding with all the singsters because, they're freshmen, I'm a sophomore, I get to know them a lot better. Bonding with the fraternity is a lot of fun.
Practicing singing and dancing, we don't always have the opportunity to do that during school, so it's a nice break from studying.
These Sing participants spend 4 months preparing for this event, and due to the large size of teams, normally around 50 people, groups often run into some challenges along the way.
We have 6 coaches, 3 guys from Phi Delta Theta, 3 girls from AGD, and basically it's just hard to get everyone on the same page and cohesively working towards a common goal.
I think our biggest challenge is getting everyone to practice on time and getting all the work we want done in the amount of time that we have.
Everybody has a different schedule, but they try to work with it and getting earlier classes, and everything works out in the end.
A typical Sing practice schedule often includes 3 practices a week, each about 2 hours long. Because there are so many practices, Sing coaches often have a lot of work on their plate when it comes to choreographing and organizing their performance. Most of these coaches were Sing participants the previous year and feel that coaching allows for a whole new experience.
And Sing, there's a lot more time commitment being a coach than actually being in Sing because you have to choreograph it, you got to meet with all the coaches all the time, you have to make sure the songs are correct, there's outside meetings, and then Sing is just a lot of fun, you don't have that much stress besides getting to practice.
I think Sing's a lot of fun. I think it's definitely a different obstacle as a coach. It's something people have to take into account. Both sides are really rewarding. Seeing it come together and actually control what happens, because last year I did Sing as a freshman and there were so many different ways that I thought we could have coached and done better as a team. Now I actually get to put that into practice.
Even though teams still have a lot of work to do before the big performance, these participants have an optimistic outlook and are confident their team will do a great job.
It's going to take some time cleaning because we have a lot of stunts that take a lot of time to figure out, but once we have time to clean everything and all the songs together, I think that we're going to have a really good performance in the end.
There's a lot of high expectations since we did second place last year, and then everybody's just trying to figure out if we can meet those expectations, but I think that they're ready for it.
This event will be held Friday, May 1st, with the doors opening at 5 p.m. and the event beginning at 7 p.m. After all the hard work these Sing participants have put into this event, and will continue to put into this event until that final show, truly displays how much Sing really means to them and their teammates. All the participants are excited for the final performance and are ready for that hard work to pay off.
I most look forward to having my mom come and see my Sing group because she didn't get to see me last year when I did Sing.
That moment after we finish on stage all together, smiling, taking a bow, should feel pretty great.
Performing in front of all the moms. I love performing with everybody, and I can't wait to show everybody what we have and what we've been working on.
This has been Bonnie Nutting with the Beaver News.
Well, we start with gymnastics, where the Beavers, who are currently ranked number 12, fell short early on in the meet to number 4 ranked Utah. The Beavers came close to taking the lead in the final rotation, but ultimately fell short with a final score of 195.750. Take a look. The Beavers started on vault, where Erica Offiero and Taylor Keeker both earned high scores with a 9.850 and a 9.825 to lead the Beavers off to a strong start. But unfortunately, this lead didn't last long when gymnasts Keeker and Katiana McMillan both had serious falls, lowering the Beavers' overall score, leading them into the third rotation. After a quick, motivating huddle, Cerise Witherby hopped on the beam and performed an impressive routine, but wasn't able to stick her landing. Fortunately, Chelsea Tang followed behind, earning a high score of 9.925 with her notorious splits move and flawless routine. The floor exercise gave the Beavers a chance to come back, but unfortunately they weren't able to get the scores they needed, even though Risa Perez, Tang, and Madeline Gardner had standing ovation applauses. The Beavers are on the road this week as they take on the University of Nebraska. It's finally baseball season here, and what better way to start off the season than at home with a doubleheader sweep against Grambling State in the newly renovated Goss Stadium. The team combined for 34 runs and 34 hits and took Game 1 with a score of 25-3 and finished off the day with a victory of 9-2. OSU's 25 runs in Game 1 marked the second highest single game total by an NCAA team this season. The team had 5 home runs on the day in front of a large crowd of people, utilizing the brand new expanded Goss Stadium. The Beavers' next game is this Friday in Corvallis when they take on Fresno State. It was a great weekend for Beaver sports as 2 of our teams became champions of the Pac-12. Women's basketball took the title as they defeated the Cal Bears with a final score of 73-55. And to top their winning season, head coach Scott Ruick was named Pac-12 Coach of the Year and Ruth Hamlin named Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year.
Men's wrestling also took the Pac-12 championship title for the 4th year in a row this weekend in a final win against Arizona. This was the 6th conference title in Coach Jim Zaleski's 9 seasons at OSU as head coach.
Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I'm Anna Singer.
And I'm Kiana Hatch. We're glad you could join us. For more of your Beaver news, be sure to watch us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Thanks and have a good night.